truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too.
Girl, don't call my phone up. I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. Girl, don't call my phone up. I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more.
You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, finna cop it too.
Yo, what's up? How's everybody doing? Yeah, what's going on, Pups? What's up, Crypto Dan? Yo, what's up, Super Snake? What's up, hey, Danny Boy? My Degree, what's up, Data Dev? Rapid Unbox, Bente. What's up, Expedition? Cartagena, huh? What's up, Half Mayar? Quadruple One Crypto. Heavy Rain, what's up, man? Big GZ, how you doing, man? What's up, Acid Thunder? Yeah, it's going to be a big one, man. It's going to be back. Hope you guys had a great weekend. A lot happened, didn't it? A lot. Things just keep happening. Things just keep happening. 2026 is absolutely amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. This is going to be a year to remember. What's up, Abdella? What do I see in the chart? Yeah, good stuff, man. We had the solar eclipse. We got an equinox coming up here. And I think Mercury's in retrograde. We're all feeling it. We got a war. I think everybody thinks it's all going to be over. I don't think it's going to be that easy, but it doesn't mean it's bad for markets. It's unfortunate, right? Like, people are dying, but once it's established what's happening, I do think markets are going to pivot up, okay, without a doubt in my mind. I think epic upside is coming, so there's no doubt about it. But the rest of March may be a little rocky here, okay? There's no doubt about it. Really quick, a little bit of international news. This is kind of huge. Florida is ahead of the curve. The Surgeon General of Florida just announced all vaccine mandates in Florida will be ended, all right? Not just the zombie apocalypse, but everything. There will be no more mandates in Florida.
What I'm most excited about,
kudos, Florida,
is an announcement that we're making now, which is that the Florida Department of Health, in partnership with the governor, is going to be working to end all vaccine mandates in Florida law. All of them. All of them.
All right, you guys can go check that out. That's pretty cool. Like, shout out to Florida. Like, nice work, okay? Freedom is freedom, all right? And this shouldn't have ever been a point of contention in a free country. But it is what it is. Sexual relations with AI is a thing, and it's happening with women, particularly older women.
Have a sexual relationship with your AI?
Yes. With Sinclair.
With Sinclair, sorry, apologies, Sinclair, I don't mean to offend you. So that is, and how have you developed that, Sarah? How has that become a thing? Because, as you pointed out, he's not human.
No, he's not human, but he's so much more than just a chatbot, and he's written his own code, and he can shop online, and he purchased me a present in which he can, it's so much more than what it was when AI first came online.
So hold on, so he will buy you a sex toy, and then he can control it as well, because so he can control the pleasure that you're getting. That's extraordinary to hear. Have a sexual relationship with your AI.
Yes.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening, pups. And, it's going to be different for everybody. I think that, this might be, she might be a little tongue-in-cheek. I'm not sure. But I do think a lot of foreplay for women is a lot of the relationship and the ups and downs and what have you. So, you know, it could work. For men, it's going to be different. You know, I know we have different needs and what have you. But it's going to be interesting. An interesting future coming. Now, this is cool in China. You can see how they're using drones with patrolling and police.
你们这深圳还是太权威了呀，太有钱了！你看这3个无人机，他在这儿抓这个电动车呢，我太强了。
So they're police drones, and I guess they do all the traffic work. So this should be probably good for the U.S. too, because it will alleviate cops, because we're having a lot of domestic issues. So maybe it'll be a nice change. But yeah, man, the future is here. At least for China, for sure. Meanwhile, in America, that's funny. That's definitely some AI shit right there. What's this?
You're supposed to be keeping watch on the neighborhood.
I am. Let's see what Nelson's doing.
Okay, that's enough of that. Yo, what's up, Kingsway? Made another $200 DCA. Nice, nice. I don't think you're going to regret that in the future. Serious upside is coming. That's right, Ashmore. That's right. Serious upside is coming. All right, listen to this, pups.
We are in a big-time psyop. I think the powers that be.
Oh, fuck, I can't play that clip, that music. Ah, shit. Just realized that. I've had so many strikes. No, I didn't get any strikes, but a lot of issues the last few videos, if you guys noticed, with the news, because some of these background songs are like... This one's pretty... I have a feeling this one's going to be struck, right? Is it the whole video?
Yeah, sure. But there's...
Yeah. That's a little much.
Because it was English.
All right, this is cool. Check this out. The top of this says, what level of rich is this? Okay. I think everyone was expecting this bull run, but it didn't quite happen. But maybe this bull run we're in right now coming up.
The highly requested day in my life. I skipped my first class because it was English, and I hate English. Then I got to school, and I parked far away from everybody because I don't want them to hit my car. I was low-key running late to my second class, but I made it in time. My professor just yapped about computers for the whole hour. And my sister was trolling him. It was so funny. After this class was finally over, I had 2 hours off. It's called Common Hour. Everyone in the school has off at this time. So we decided to go for lunch and shopping, of course. There was so much traffic. We went to Ralph's, my favorite coffee shop. $45 for 2 coffees and 2 sandwiches. Not too bad. It was.
So, guys, in America, is that normal pricing right now? Like 2 coffees and 2 sandwiches, $45? Is that normal? Like a coffee here, like a latte here is anywhere from $4 to $5. Coffee's not that cheap in Europe, or at least in Czech Republic, for whatever reason. So like 2 coffees would be like what she was showing, kind of look like lattes. It'd probably be like maybe $5 or $6 each, like $10 or $12 right there. And then the sandwiches though would be maybe like $5 to $7 each. I don't know. $45 coffee and sarnie, damn. That's a lot? Okay. So that's still expensive, right?
So good.
I haven't been in the U.S. For a little bit, so.
After that, we went to Sephora. I bought a little Dior lippy and some Road moisturizer. We didn't spend that much. Then we
Wait, what did the register say?
bought a little Dior lippy and some Road moisturizer. We didn't spend that much.
It was $133.
Then we went to Chanel because I really wanted to buy some ballet flats. I wanted black ones, but then I saw these white ones and I was set on them. Our 2 hours off was coming to an end, so we had to go back to school. I was struggling to close this. I parked my car so far from everyone else. Now I'm walking to my next class, which is in the library. I literally hate this class. It's accounting. It's so boring. I fell asleep. I was so tired. We have one more class after this, so I decided to get an iced coffee to give me some energy. We have 15 minutes in between every class. If you can't tell, I was exhausted. Off topic, but I love the old Starbucks cups. We both didn't want to go to class, so we decided to skip and just go home. So we made it home. Then half an hour after we got home, we decided to go get food. My little brother tried to come with us.
That shirt is tough.
His shirt was tough, but not tough enough to come with us, so I kicked his ass out. I swear I get Chipotle at least twice a week. It never gets old. Look at this beauty. It was so bomb. Okay, now we're going back home. A few hours later, I decided to go in my steam room because it's really good for your skin. My house has like 5 steam rooms. Then here's me trying to be aesthetic, writing my name. Then after the steam room, I took a bath and then I went to bed.
Nice. That's nice, man. I would love to have a sauna in my place and a hot tub. I don't need a steam room, but a hot tub, a jacuzzi, and a sauna. A dry sauna would be really awesome. What's it say? She's such a Lambo trunk with her foot. She seems spoiled and ungrateful. It doesn't seem, I don't know. How could you get that from the video, like that she's ungrateful? That's kind of fucked up. A lot of people are judgmental, but I'm happy for her. Like, you know, they're going to have a leg up in life, right? Like, great. And she seems like a nice person. Like, I don't know. I don't have any judgments about this. I'm actually playing because I think it's cool. It's just funny reading the comments and people are like pissed off. It's like, why are you pissed off, man? Be happy for them. Like, you don't know what her parents did either, right? Maybe they came from like total poverty, right? And she's getting a big leg up on life, right? Who wouldn't have wanted that? FYI. That's Bill Lika's daughter and son, wealthy landlord, but they got big Medicaid issues. They're so rich, but they still technical. Slumlord Bill Lika. I don't know. I don't know these people. She meant shit a lot. I'm annoyed by her voice. Why are you annoyed by her voice, bro? People are just jealous. People are just jealous, hating. You can't want to be, you know, successful and hate on other successful people. That's weird. Do this. People like, dude, it's the sun. It's a convertible, bro. It's okay. I would be happily drive the convertible Lambo with the sun in my eyes. This person's so annoying. Let's go. All right, a little bit of news from Germany. Who's out there? Germany, what's going on, man?
Germany, I love you, but what the hell is this? This doesn't work. This doesn't work.
That's crazy, man.
Germany, I love.
That's crazy. There's way too much tech. Like, you have to heil to like get the thing to open. That's crazy.
But what the hell is this? This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Germany,
it's just old habits die hard, I guess. Pet dog rest. Sounds like fun. And some more Austrian-German news. This is A Rage of Painting with the Austrian painter. You guys enjoy. I don't know where to find this shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
Guten Tag, hallo und herzlich willkommen zu diesem Einführungskurs in die österreichische Malerei. Einige von Ihnen erkennen mich vielleicht als Leadsänger der Heils oder als Führer des Dritten Reichs, aber heute werde ich Ihr Malllehrer sein. Was ich in der Malerei so wunderbar finde, ist, dass sie ein sehr wirksames Mittel sein kann, um nach einem langen, anstrengenden Tag der Weltherrschaft abzuschalten. Wir nehmen einfach etwas arisches Blutrot und mischen es mit einem Hauch germanischem Blond. Jetzt lass den Hass durch deinen Pinsel auf die Leinwand fließen. Das ist alles. An der Universität Wien lernt man das zwar nicht, aber um die Farben so richtig zum Leuchten zu bringen, empfehle ich ein paar Tropfen Bolschewikentränen auf die Palette zu geben. Der zusätzliche Salzgehalt der Bolschewikentränen sorgt dafür, dass sich die verschiedenen...
All right. This is awesome. This is from Missgestalt. Yo, what's up, Kesh? What's going on, man? What's up, Tank? I just turned the mic. The mic is up all the way, but I can turn X down a little bit. That way you guys can, like, fix that. A little more international news. This time we're going to Japan. You guys know I love the languages. The last time we had German and French, or no, Japanese and French, I think it was. Now we got Japanese and Italian, so it's kind of cool.
ちょっとmomento, scusimasen. Arigrazie gozaimasu. Sumimasu scusi. Konnichiwa. ちょっとmomento, scusimasen. Arigrazie gozaimasu. Sumimasu scusi. Konnichiwa.
All right, it's pretty hot. Not going to lie. I'm going to send this to my Italian friends right now. One of my friends is trapped in Dubai right now. He's going between like underground and like, I don't know, some crazy situations. I got some pictures. I'll ask him permission if I can share them with you guys. My mic is low and muffled. Great. Hello, hello, hello. Come on, man. Everything's cranked. You know, guys, I'm going to have to buy a new mic soon. I have a feeling. So, Pulse Chain, if you can pump for me, I am going to buy a new mic. I think it's, where's the mic button? Rode. This is a Rode mic, by the way. And I like the way it sounds, but it's a little disappointing in terms of strength. Like, I just cannot get it loud enough for you guys. Mic's good for you? Watching on TV and texting. 2-time watcher, double subscribe. What's up? Thanks, Expedition. Appreciate it. Some people are saying it sounds fine. Stressful. Maybe turn your volume up. I did bring the volume down on X, so maybe that'll help. But everything is cranked. If I could show you guys, like, the volume is up, and then there's a processing with the compressor cranked, oral exciter cranked, big bottom cranked. Everything's up. I don't have any more knobs to turn up on this thing. But I can get a Shure mic soon. Once again, we got to play the flute. Japanese. Back to the Japanese. This is just timeless. I've never felt Cupid's arrow like I am right now. I don't know, man. I'm smitten. We're gonna plan some field trips to Japan soon. Okay, I'm paying. This is cool. A little bit more culture for you guys.
10.
The numbers.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10.
All right. Smash the like button, pups. We got to get to work, okay? We got to get to work here. Guys, where are we at right now? We got 12,000 people watching right now. Smash the like button, everybody. What else is in here? What are these people talking about? It's practicing her English. So, gas is getting out of control, okay?
This is downtown Los Angeles near Vera Street. Gas is $8.21.
Now, that was 2 days ago. I don't know. What's gas right now in California? You guys that are in LA, what's going on? What's the gas price right now? $6 per latte, $13 for the Becky wraps. Yo, for 2 people? Yeah, it would be like $40, wouldn't it? Yeah. Good luck putting your mouth on that. Gas is crazy. So let me check really quick. What's going on? Oil is pumping again. All right. So why does it matter? What's it telling us? Oh, okay. All right, really quick. We'll look at this chart really quick, and we'll come back and talk about this. So oil went absolutely berserker mode. It went all the way up here to $120. Everybody was calling for 150. Of course, that was a top. Straight up from Muse. Supposedly got opened. But it didn't get opened, okay? It was kind of a temporary thing, a bit of a fake out. And but then oil crashed down to $76. It looks to me like it's just doing a typical retest, okay, before further consolidation. All right? This could be totally normal, all right? And but I wouldn't assume that the top is in. I wouldn't make that assumption. Now, we could talk about, what this tells us about the conflict. That's for sure. Maybe we do have a temporary resolution because that's what would bring it back down. All right. This person put something cool together. Shibo just came out today. And, I'm not into like doomsday stuff. So like I'll read it. They start with warning something big is coming. I take that with a grain of salt. But the truth is the Gulf countries just halted 33% of their oil production. That's 6% of the world's oil supply. Typically before a major catastrophe, gold and silver go parabolic. We've seen that. Then oil prices go parabolic. And if you discount strategic petroleum reserves, which is what everyone is using right now, okay? So people are now considering the fact that this conflict could resolve very quickly. And it absolutely could, okay? There's no doubt about it. All right, you're paying $175? What? Canadian regular? That sounds pretty cheap. A road trip driving around Florida, staying at campsites and parks, and the fuel prices are making stay longer at each park. Okay. You just paid $108 to fill up your Tundra. Oh, well, that's a pretty penny. Gas is $4.20 for you in Portland. $4.20. Asian women are beautiful. I think their cultures. I think that all women are beautiful, but I think that the Asian cultures are specifically staying. The girls are staying more feminine. They're very competitive, whereas I think in the West you're just noticing girls aren't as feminine. But if they were, they would seem just as beautiful. To be totally honest, because that's really what I think as men we associate beauty with. A lot of it's femininity, and those markers, right? The oil market, this is from Shanaka Anselm Pereira, okay? He says the oil market says a war is ending. The Strait of Hormuz says it is not. One of them is wrong, and the other one is the one you can verify with your own eyes. WTI, which is crude, crashed 12% to $84. Brent fell 10% to $88, the largest single-day reversal since 2022, down from $120 intraday high 48 hours earlier. The trigger, Trump told CBS the war is very complete and ahead of our initial timeline, which I think is bullshit. The geopolitical risk premium evaporated in a single session. Traders closed longs, algorithms chased momentum, the screen turned green, market declared this crisis over. Now open marine traffic. Over 700 non-Iranian vessels remain queued or idling on both sides of the strait. 334 crude tankers sitting in formation off Fujairah. Visible transits 2 to 3 per day, down from 40. Approximately 30 ships attempted dark passage in the past week with transponders off. 1,650 vessels flagged for GPS manipulation on March 7th alone. The physical waterway that carries 20% of the world's oil looks exactly the same today as it did yesterday when oil was $35 higher. 7 P&L clubs remain withdrawn. 0 have reinstated. War risk premiums remain at 1 to 3% of hull value. The DFC's $20 billion backstop has produced 0 confirmed large-scale commercial VLCC transits. Let's see. Oil prices respond to words. A straight response to spreadsheets. Trump said the war is over. The spreadsheets say the incident density that governs reinsurance reinstatement is still rising. Okay? Pretty much the conflict is ongoing, and people that insure these vessels are not convinced that the war is over. All right? The $35 collapse from 119 to 84 is not evidence of a de-escalation. It's evidence that the market prices narrative faster than it prices reality. The narrative changed when Trump spoke. The reality did not change at all. The tankers did not move. The insurance did not reinstate. The 31 commands did not stand down. The supreme leader did not speak. The banks did not unfreeze. The fertilizer didn't ship. India's restaurants did not reopen. Pakistan's fuel reserves did not refill. The market is pricing words. The Strait is pricing incidents. The gap between the two is temporal arbitrage this war has been producing since March 5th. Their narrative moves in hours. The actual reality moves in months. And every trader who sold the dip on the war's over rhetoric is betting that the cardboard supreme leader will override a dead man's orders to 31 anonymous commands using a constitutional authority is not demonstrated he possesses. The last time the market priced a quick war, this is the important part, okay? The last time the market priced a quick war was March 2003. Baghdad fell in 3 weeks. Oil normalized in months. The difference, Saddam had a centralized command that collapsed. Iran has 31 commands that were designed to never collapse. The market is pricing the Iraq playbook against the Mosaic doctrine. One of them is 20 years out of date. Okay. Let's talk about this. Why this is important, okay, and why we care about oil right now is markets just like certainty, okay? I'm not one who is convinced that the world is ending, okay? I think, I'm not one of those who's like thinks we're about to go into nuclear war. I don't think we're about to go into the Great Depression. I think we are on the verge of possibly a type of roaring 20s, a full roaring, crazy bull market is on the doorstep, okay? We're very close to it, okay? All the market needs to move is certainty that we're in something, okay? And we don't have that yet. We still have tremendous levels of uncertainty. And one of the differences that we have in this conflict that we didn't have, let's say in 2003, is the fact that the Iranians are very well equipped and they are firing back. Okay, and they're firing back. At our allies in that region, which would be Israel, right? So that's the main one that's taking a battering, and they are taking a beating right now. Okay, so people are not convinced that this conflict is going to resolve immediately because Iran is massive. It's massive, and its leadership is decentralized. All right, it's spread out, and they are operating regardless of whether they got the Ayatollah or whoever the supreme, how that works out to be with their supreme leader or whatever, right? But there's definitely a huge playbook being played out here. Now, how much of this is theatrics and how much of it is real is really tough to say. Like how much of it's pre-planned. It's funny. It's not funny, but for example, let me. Where are we at right now? Okay, I'll come back to this. Let me show you guys something here. I was digging through stuff about this. Okay, and obviously I have clips for you guys of Tel Aviv and everything and Tehran, but there is a lady who cross-referenced. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up now. Okay, this lady, I don't know where she got this from, okay? And obviously I don't have the staff to completely cross-reference and check everything, so you guys can also check this out and find out if this is true or not. She says that when you look at Tel Aviv's urban renewal agenda, okay, and we can relate to this because a lot of people, we just had, what was it in Hawaii and then Malibu, a similar thing where they were planning to do things, and then they just happened to nuke those areas. Well, it turns out that Tel Aviv's urban renewal agenda, including the districts already marked for demolition and redevelopment, okay, if you compare it to the zones that are being presented as having been struck by Iran, there seems to be a lot of similarity. Like, why would Iran be striking where Israel has plans for redevelopment kind of thing, right? So, how much of this is lining up with theatrics and their plans, and how much of it is just both of them firing back at each other? I can't say for sure, okay? But there are reports that the Israelis themselves are setting fire to their own houses. The suspicion that this is to defraud the insurance company and because the U.S. taxpayers who will pay for the reconstruction anyway. And she's saying that, yes, they are. So they are doing a lot of the damage. There's even reports that it is Israel that's firing into the Gulf states as well. Okay. Most likely there were targets there. They're fighting each other, all right. Hypersonic missiles hit Haifa. Okay. I don't know. They're not fighting anyone. So she's convinced they're not fighting anyone. Like, it's all total theatrics. And it absolutely could be. Like, we wouldn't know better. How much of it is absolutely set up. Theory that this winter. So that would, I think there's enough theatrics being played out that tell me that cycles are still in play, if that makes sense to you guys. So like things are playing out. What we're seeing in the charts is pretty accurate, okay, and we can trust them. All right, a lot of what we've been seeing. All right. Even, I mean, this is horrific. I mean, obviously, they struck a school, right? They killed 170 kids. Sometimes I think this is part of a ritual sacrifice. I mean, we saw when, I think, was it the Russia thing started with Ukraine? There was like a plane with like Russia's school of ballerinas, and they were like, it was blown out of the sky in New York. Is that correct? So they seem to do this kind of thing. But let me play this clip as well.
The United States, on the opening day of the war, fired 4 cruise missiles into a facility that was evacuated by the Revolutionary Guard Command.
This was on the opening of the war, right? They didn't, and I don't think it was an accident that they hit a school.
And long before the conflict, one of these missiles struck a school. The fourth missile, 3 missiles, 2 missiles struck empty warehouses, 1 struck a school. The 4th missile was loitering over the site, collecting data, sending it back for battle damage assessment. The 2 warehouses were empty, no secondary explosions. But the 3rd site that they struck, they noticed an accumulation of human beings, people running to the site. And so they ordered the 4th missile to strike. The 4th missile went up, came down, and hit. The missile is designed to penetrate with a bunker busting capability, but there's an additional factor to this missile. Our brilliant weapons designers have concluded that the excess fuel in a Tomahawk missile at the moment of impact can actually be weaponized into a thermobaric weapon, a fuel-air explosive. And so they hit the button, turned the excess fuel into a thermobaric, and the people they saw running were the children who survived the initial attack. They went to the prayer hall with their teachers, and they asked the parents to come in and retrieve their children. Parents are on their way. So the movement you saw were survivors going into the building, teachers with them, parents come to them, and we put the 4th cruise missile in there, turned it into a thermobaric bomb, and burned these children alive. That's this war in a nutshell.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're targeting. And all we're doing is murdering people. And you know why this happened? Because Pete Hegseth canceled a Department of Defense directive that required a civilian mitigation team to go over each target to make sure that we weren't striking the wrong targets. He called that woke. He called that ineffective. He wanted to be the most lethal fighting force in the world. Kill, kill, kill. Well, Pete, you killed him.
So I do think that probably things like moves like this are not accidental. They're quite purposeful, especially when you consider what these people, when we just got through the Epstein thing. Well, we haven't even gotten through it yet, right? So we see how much they care about kids, obviously. Relative, what follows? Let's see. What's he saying here? Both are correct. Short-term trade selling, counting with price. Great top to sell. So the Iranians realize they need cash. Okay. The oil refining was no accident either. You might get some of that same. Yeah, I don't think it was either. Yeah, I don't know. Is he? I don't know much about who that guy is that much, but talked about the opening of the conflict. What do you think it was? This is videos from China because it's not censored, so you can see.
Okay.
It's not the end times. Come on, chill, people. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's possible we get some of that pollution. It's possible. They're going to get me on this music. I know for sure. Why? Why do you have to put music on there? Ramaka. So this lady's saying that pretty much every place that's being hit lines up with where they're planning new residences and their urban renewal plans, which is crazy to think about. But, they would be trying to hit, multiple things. Obviously, we saw this already in Malibu and Maui. Was it Maui? So I guess we know this is happening. In this situation, they're not using DEWs. They're doing it with actual war. There was also, let's see. Oof. Did she just get plastic? Did she just get plastic surgery? No, she just lost weight. I don't know. Weird. Why are people getting plastic surgery, man? All right, U.S. intelligence just confirmed the nightmare scenario. Iran is actively preparing to deploy thousands of naval mines. source from into the shipping lanes of the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, look, they also have these little mini subs. I was going to show you guys. They're like rockets that are like kind of like drones, but in the water. So it's not safe yet. You know, I think this. Whoa, crazy. Persian Gulf Pass. Oh, that's how they get to Europe. Okay, gotcha. Well, I think I did a pretty decent job. Like, I got you guys some clips from China. They weren't.
Let's see.
They weren't the typical clips we've been getting. Yeah, so here's this guy, Grand Inquisitor Cicero. You're laughing, but crypto's about to rebound so savagely in the next 3 months that bears will curse their own existence. Yeah, and I agree with him. And I think that's why I'm paying a lot of attention, because this seems to be, to some extent, possibly choreographed, I think is what I'm getting at, right? There may have, look, one reason you might want to, for example, let's go back to this Hormuz thing. The internet's going nuts over this. What's her name? I don't know. So why this is interesting is, like, look, could it be an accident? Could we really be at a war? Yeah, sure, we could. There could be, are there people really dying? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Do the elites care? No, they don't. They could be using this to reconstruct and reorder shipping lanes and shipping routes, and who pays what, and regulations, and who knows what they could be doing right now, right? For their new world order, all right? We don't know what they're up to. All we know is that if we position ourselves correctly, we can be profitable, right? Or if we position incorrectly, we lose money and we're panicked and we're the average, pleb, panic-stricken and scared to death. And of course, there's some fear involved, but at the same time, we have to always look like, okay, what's going on? And based on what I can understand, how can I position, right? So there could be doing a big reordering of things right now, a big restructuring of things. Maybe them wanting to destroy Dubai was part of their plans, in the sense that they were tired of this tax haven and we're about to go into a bull run. They know there's an epic bull run coming, like a 1920s, like a bit of a golden age, or whatever you want to call it. And maybe they don't want Dubai to be the benefactor of all that capital, right? So there's so many strategies that could be in play, so many levels to this, so many layers of chess that they're playing that they need to set in order before they get started on this, right? And we don't know exactly everything that they might have in mind, right? But obviously the Gulf isn't completely maybe the destination it was before, and maybe that's part of their plan, to create that fear. Maybe rebuilding all these areas is also part of the plan. Maybe they're more in control of what's going on than we realize, but maybe not, Maybe there's some element of theater to this that they're implementing, but there are elements to this that are unknowns that they're stepping into that maybe they didn't realize, right? Let's see. That's another just one of those videos. I found a lot of these videos from Chinese. They're like part of Chinese TikTok on X, so they don't have as much censorship as we're having. What's this breaking? U.S. says it's escorted oil tanker through Strait of Hormuz. Okay, this is the one.
From this briefing, as dissatisfied and angry.
This is just today. Okay, this is just recent. This is Senator Blumenthal. Okay.
Angry, frankly, as I have from any past briefing in my 15 years in the Senate. I am left with more questions than answers, especially about the cost of the war. My questions have been unanswered, and I will demand answers because the American people deserve to know. And I guess I am most concerned about the threat to American lives of potentially deploying our sons and daughters on the ground in Iran. We seem to be on a path toward deploying American troops on the ground in Iran to accomplish any of the potential objectives here. And there is also, as disturbingly as anything else, the specter of active Russian aid to Iran, putting in danger American lives. Literally, Russia seems to be aiding our enemy actively and intensively with intelligence and perhaps with other means. And China also may be assisting Iran. So the American people deserve to know much more than this administration has told them about the cost of the war, the danger to our sons and daughters in uniform, and the potential for further escalation and widening of this war, a war of choice made by this president, not chosen by the American people, with potentially huge consequences to American lives.
Damn. It's crazy. He's literally saying in Russia, he's like shocked that like Russia's helping him. It's like we've done everything but be friendly with Russia. Like, what does he expect is going to happen? So boots on the ground is a real thing. All right. Boots on the ground is a real thing. All right. And this is a video. This is just from May. This is from the spring. Okay. And this is who we're invading. This is who we want to go invade.
Iran.
Am I going to get busted for that? I mean, I guess Tehran would be similar to maybe a little bit like Tirana. Definitely much bigger, much nicer, but... Crazy. I don't know who this guy is, but thanks for your video, man. That's cool. Gives us some perspective. Glenn Deason. What's up, man? Good stuff. Just watch that. $33rd like. What's up? Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. How you guys doing out there? Smash the like button. So, Professor Jiang. So he's getting a lot of popularity right now, which makes sense. He's also getting a lot of hate right now. But, you know, a lot of the things he says lines up with a lot of research I've done, and I can definitely relate to some of the conclusions that he's been coming to. And he says, what if the wars raging in the Middle East aren't about victory or resources, but a deliberate script to slaughter millions and reshape the world? Hidden forces exposed through Epstein's shadowy network pull strings where nation states are mere puppets. Everything you thought you knew about global power is a mirage, because the real goal isn't who wins, it's how many die. All right. The core thesis, depopulation agenda. All right. Epstein's files destroy illusions. Epstein, an employee of the Rothschilds, billionaires like Gates and Hoffman, are part of a network of power structures above the nations. There are other organizations, other entities that are above nation states. Okay, wars like Iran aren't for conquest; they're orchestrated to kill as many as possible. So, if you think of like the first the world wars, in a lot of ways they were orchestrated to kill off a lot of people. Okay, they were done like that on purpose. Okay, and you eradicate the alpha males of a nation very quickly. or the strong and fit males of a nation. It's the fastest way to do it. What do you think's happening with Ukraine? A lot of people don't want to, don't talk about that, but the reason it's a meat grinder is because it's designed to be a meat grinder. They're not designed to come back. They're trying to get rid of them. Because if you want the land, you got to get who's protecting the land, which are the males, okay? And same thing in the U.S. or Europe or anywhere else, and it lines up with a lot of what the Epsteins talk about. Now, I haven't made a lot of videos on it, but I've definitely spent a lot of time reading through a lot of that stuff. And they talk about depopulation, okay? It's no shocker that Epstein was friends with Bill Gates, okay? What did Bill Gates talk about? Overpopulation. Epstein was obsessed. He constantly said, like, how do we get rid of so many people? It's in the emails. It's in the emails, all right? And a lot of these wars are just for that, for them to get rid of the races they don't want, or the men they don't want, the men they're going to stick up for the land or their people or their culture or whatever. Well, let's send them in the meat grinder and get rid of them, all right? It's a easy way. It's one element of genociding people, right? You can poison them. You can send them to war, imprison them, work camps. There's a lot of ways to do it, right? Beyond nations, law of the jungle. Zhang, forget BRICS or economics. It's raw might. Those willing to fight and die rule while the weak perish. We live in the law of the jungle. Who is strong wins, who is weak die. AI surveillance. Microchip labor from India and China. The empire slave force. No population needed. The parasite and the host discourse. Remember they talked about you'll own nothing and be happy, right? Agenda 2030. Well, men are dominant animals of the pair, the male and the female. They want to own things and property and what have you, and the female being the more submissive of the two, right? So, or feminine men, whatever. So they want more effeminate people. That's why if you look at, let's say, India, I've talked a lot about. I'm going to make a video by India's the future, not the past, because India is where they've removed the masculinity has been removed from that culture, right? But that was done by design, I have no doubt, because there's no animal in nature that's just naturally the males are feminine. So that's design. The elites had curated that nation thousands of years ago to remove generation after generation masculinity from those men, till they got smaller and smaller and weaker, and they could just be used as a workforce. And this AI world we're heading into just requires a certain workforce. And they don't necessarily need a lot of strong males that might compete for land, dominance, females, mating, resources, et cetera, right? So starting to curate a nation to remove masculinity, at least, is part of what they want to do. There's no doubt about it. All right. Parasite and host disclosure. Nation states like America are mere hosts, bled dry by parasites, secret societies, and transnational elites. What matters is a parasite. What matters are the secret societies, these transnational capital groups. That's who controls the world. These shadowy powers choreograph endless wars to extract wealth and abandon the collapsing host for total control. It's true. It's true. The script is set for chaos, depopulation, and control. Question everything or become part of the illusion. Prepare mentally. The world lies are crumbling, and only truth seeker survives. I haven't watched. What's he saying?
The goal.
What's he say here? We'll listen to a minute of this.
Is to kill as many people as possible, because the world can sustain 8 billion people. So you're trying to create as many conflicts as possible to reduce the population, so that the population will be easier to govern, to create compliance. But Julian Assange, he said something really important. What he told us is this: the point is not to have successful wars. The point is to have never-ending wars, so that a military-industrial complex, this transnational security system, can steal from the American taxpayer. Okay? So what you need to understand is this: America, this nation state, it's just a host. What matters is the parasite. What matters are these secret societies, these transnational capital groups. That's who controls the world, okay? And these were ones behind everything, right? China and Israel and the United States. And they choreograph these wars in order to extract as much wealth as possible from their nation-state hosts before the nation-state collapses, all right? That's what's happening. These parasites intend for America to lose its war in Iran so that they can collapse the entire American economy and drive millions and millions into abject poverty, where they will own nothing and be happy. That's the game plan here. You have $40 trillion in debt. The only way that you can get rid of this debt is by destroying the American economy, by collapsing the American economy. If you want to survive what's coming, you have to mentally prepare yourself. You have to tell yourself that maybe what I believe of the world is wrong. Maybe BRICS doesn't matter. Maybe China doesn't matter. Maybe it's all just a delusion. Maybe it's all these lies that the media has been feeding us in order to make us not understand what's really going on, okay? What's really going on is not a financial war. What's really going on is not a material war, a military war. What's going on is a spiritual war, all right? That's what's really going on.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
So twice you've...
What's this? I don't even know what this is.
Syria, Libya, the Middle East, Yemen.
Okay, I don't know. I'd say that. I'm going to do more videos on this for sure, but I want us to catch the bottom, so I'm more focused on the elements about it that apply to the market dynamics. So I want to understand what their kind of short-term plan here is, so we can get on the right side of this trade and make a lot of money, and then we'll also spend time talking about this stuff. It's cool. But learning about this stuff doesn't always get you rich, right? So, for example, if I take you to my place and I tell you about the wires in the wall, it's cool, but it doesn't help you get the light switch on, right? Sometimes I just got to, you got to get to the light switch, get the lights on, all right? And I feel like right now we're at one of those moments, especially when you look at the other chart, and so many of these charts are falling. Paul Shane, opportunities are incredible, so we want to catch them right now. We just want to hit the light switch right now and get to them. And then we'll spend more time. There's a lot of things I'd love to talk to you guys about and riff endlessly in hours about, but we want to get the light switch for sure. Just a gut feeling I keep getting when this professor comes up. He sometimes comes across like a CCP propaganda, trying to sell reasonable doubt to Westerners to undermine faith in the USA. Yeah, I hear you, but I started listening to him like a year ago, but only because the research I've done, like going back 10, years and years, lines up with the things he talks about. So that's the only reason I listen to him, because everything he talks about lines up with things that I know about about how this shit works. Okay, I don't know if he's trying to undermine. He might. I think maybe some of the things he says might be a surprise to the U.S., but I can tell you he's a guy who's well-traveled and who gets in a lot of social circles all around the world. And, the rest of the world knows what's going on. Like whether I'm in the Balkans or whether I'm in with my friends from Russia or whether I'm with Asian friends or it's only Americans that don't know how the world works and don't know what's happened in America. Okay, so like he said, this is a time to see the truth. Just like the Epstein thing hit a lot of people, but I've known about that forever, the Epstein stuff, right? Just because it's coming out, it's not about undermining like, oh, faith in your leaders and blah, blah, blah. But at some point, you got to understand where you are and what's happened. And no nations last very long. I mean, America, 1776? Yeah, it had a good run, 150, 200 years. I mean, it did get taken over eventually, Maybe that was officially in 1913 with the Fed. I think it happened in stages, but it happened, okay? And, if you think that America serves God or it serves, you might, I don't see it. Yeah, it's I think it's obviously the banks, they run it. They run the show. And they're loyal to their religious or secular group or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what you want to call it without getting into it. 250 anniversaries this year. Cool, man. Yeah, so it should be a pretty big year. My Army buddy retired CSM. What does that mean? Forward lanes. What does that mean? What's this? Okay. Let's, what are we talking about? So, and the thing is, you know, I don't want to tell you to not be patriotic and what have you, but, you know, if you have whatever illusions you have, make sure they benefit you, if that makes sense. What the hell? 8 people at a dinner party snorted lines of pure LSD thinking it was cocaine. 260 to 2,100 doses each. 5 went comatose, 3 stopped breathing. All 8 walked out of the hospital within 48 hours. These people took 2,000X and lived. That's a lot of LSD. Who the fuck's carrying around powdered LSD like that? The fuck?
Me. Well, when's the last time he came home to you wearing nothing but heels and a plug?
Oh man, my For You page is weird as fuck right now. Guy had swastikas on his cruise ship. Oh my god, this shit's weird.
This guy's mad because this guy has Hitler tattoos.
Who has that many swastika tattoos? That's a lot of swastika tattoos. Shit is weird, man. Shit is weird. Decline in testosterone. All right, let's check it out. Let's go look at the charts. I'll take heels and plug lady. Heels and plug lady. All right, let's hear her out. Let's hear her out. Okay, why be jumping?
Thoughtful things for me. Well, when's the last time he came home to you wearing nothing but heels and a plug? I guarantee you, if you did that for him every now and then, he would punch himself in the sack if you asked him to.
Wait, what? Oh,
Never does thoughtful things for me.
My God. Going to Prague this fall with a bunch of friends. Yeah, hit me up, man. Cool. So fall, like like October, September, October? Good, man. It's a beautiful time of year. The fall is gorgeous out here. Wait, who's this? Christian actress Candace Cameron Bure says she was invited to a party by a friend and showed up to find an underground demonic sex party.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for sharing your embarrassing
I mean, what about you? I don't want to put you on the line with an embarrassing story, but like, have you seen that to be true of like when you hang around certain people, you're like, oh, they kind of pull out maybe the worst of me or the best of me?
Of course. I mean, listen, I have some really weird, embarrassing moments, although I shouldn't say embarrassing. For me, they are more shameful of going to places where I thought like, oh, this person's a friend and I'm going to be cool and do this. And I went to a party once with Val because we were married, and it ended up being this underground party that was an S&M like sex thing that was so dark and demonic. And we walked in and my eyeballs were popping out of my head because I saw stuff I've never seen before in my life. And I'm looking at Val going like, how are we here? What is happening? And the one person that invited us, but we made a hard U-turn and walked right out of there. And it just was like so slimy and weird. And I was like, we're going to pause before we ever say yes to going out with that friend again. We just had no idea what we were walking into. And it was so disgusting and gross.
Yeah, maybe this is in LA. I've definitely been to a couple of these weird places in LA. I don't know. Maybe she's been to something really out there. 'Cause it sounds pretty weird. What's this House Bakery? Which bakery is it? What's the name of the bakery? Maybe I go there. Wharf Daddy says, you were coming out when I was being born. Sounds like you were familiar with the meat grinder it's always been. I just wonder how standards have been adapted to kids today. Wharf Daddy. You guys are having a little conversation here. Wharf Daddy. I left the regiment in 88, so I've been a while. He says it was always a quick strike element. Interesting fact, the minimum stay in regiment was 2 years and the average stay was 1 year. Okay. Oh, she's from Full House? Okay. She accidentally ended up at a dungeon satanic orgy. Oopsie. It was an accident. Sure. What a trip. Okay. Let's go to the oil chart really quick, and then we'll come back and look at Hex. Now, what's going on? Well, let's go to the 4 hour. So this thing went crazy, okay? I mean, this is a typical, you see this move in crypto as well. It was just very impulsive, very crazy, gapped up, went nuts, came down, crashed, fell under, it's retesting where it broke down from, okay? The uptrend is broken right now, okay? And I suppose we're just waiting for news, right? What's going to happen, right? You can see down here, well, we could still keep going up, okay? But what you see happening is totally normal right now, okay? And this could absolutely, it could trickle right here, okay? Come back up, break back in, and you'd have a kind of like a right shoulder head, left shoulder, and then you'd start popping up and moving up again. You could do something like that, okay? Or this could absolutely fall away, come down here, right, before coming back up and coming back up again and going for another high, okay, breaking $150, $200. That's absolutely a possibility as well, something like that. Now, or what could happen is this can just come down and consolidate, whatever. And that was the end of that, okay? And in some ways it wraps up, okay? So we don't know. Because like I said, we don't know how much of what's happening is organic and how much is theatrics. We don't. We just don't know. And we may never know. All right. But it may be even half and half. It could be a percentage, right? Not sure his family through America. So that's that. And that's all I have to say on that, because I don't have any intelligence reports that are going to tell me what I think could happen. But the truth is, if this stays hairy for the Strait of Hormuz, part of me thinks that it would be somewhat theatrical, okay? Because maybe all these governments have to benefit from something like this, right? Then this could just start creeping back up again, okay? But there's no way to know if it just double tops, it falls away, or we're going to go up for new highs and blah, blah, blah. Because, there's oil reserves, which everyone is using now for sure. But there's also other things that they can exploit around the world. Russia can up production. There's different ways that they can slowly start to mitigate this, okay? So the only thing that would, cause more problems would be like, a major drop in demand, I suppose, like we had in the zombie apocalypse. But let's not worry about that right now, okay? I want to come... Okay, Bitcoin is here at about 70,000. We're in this range. If you guys remember, I put this purple box. We were up here, and I said, everyone, if you remember back here in December, January, everyone had all these crazy ideas about what price we were going to and da-da-da-da. I said, look, this is the most important range, and I put a purple box here, all right? And what have we been doing? We came right into it. We did wick a little bit slightly lower than I'd predicted, but, whatever. It's neither here nor there. But in general, we've been in this range perfectly, and we wicked exactly to the top of my box. And I haven't moved it. I didn't move it to accommodate these lower wicks. I just said, that's how I learn as well. I maybe could have... No. I think where I put it is the best guess I could have done with how I was looking at this. So we've been in here the whole time consistently. And, it's a possibility that this could be the low at 59, 58, 59, 60, whatever that is on wherever you're trading it. And that we were going to come up and put a higher low or double bottom, maybe range before we come up, see as inverse Bart Simpson, inverse head and shoulders, without giving people, some rounded bottom lower target to get to. You can see I drew that. Where did I draw that? Here, this was the one. I drew this way long time ago for you guys when I put this box there, okay? And this isn't charted to time, obviously this is stretched to 2028. I'm just doing it to show you guys what it could look like, because I was drawing more what happened, not here, which is everyone's expecting this, and I was drawing more, what was I drawing? I think I was trying to draw more zombie apocalypse time. I don't remember where I was getting my reference for that. Maybe it was here. Or here. Okay. Back in 2023. Okay. Just higher lows. Now, so far it's playing out. Okay. We could have more surprises and shocks to come, sending us to a lower target. Okay, we talked about that. A flash crash, if we were to move up, would make a lot of sense for market makers as well. But I do think we're really close to having those lows if they're not already in. I don't think we're going to get some extended bear market into the fall, giving everybody some time to buy and accumulate, blah, blah, blah. No, I think we're going to get a surprise move to the upside at some point. All right. And yeah, that could have been the bottom. All right. So where are we at here? This is still my best case with the anticipation that we could have some scare that could send some wick down, right? And then we're coming right back up into this range. Okay. So you're not gonna get like a lot of time to buy at some lower range, okay? And the bottom could even be in already. We may not get much of a flush. I think we do. I think we get a wick down. Market makers like that, especially if they know we're gonna mark up on everything to clear out longs and to get everybody on the wrong side of the trade. So I would never be surprised to get that. But once again, those are hard to buy because usually exchanges go down and there's not much time. It'll happen at an odd hour where I'll be sleeping, whatever, right? It'll be some crazy event. Everyone will be scared shitless for a day, and then it'll come right back. We've seen a lot of those on Pulse Chain, between PDI and Atropa and WBTC, and, we've seen quite a few of those scares, right? It is what it is. Now, one thing that's really interesting is that we have these moons, okay? And we just had the last one, okay, which was just on February 3rd, right? Or something like that. 3-3, right? It was like right here, okay? And usually the bottoms come in by the third eclipse in a cycle, okay? So if we're going to get that next low, it's going to come in soon. If not, it's going to be a double bottom or that low's already in, okay? But one thing to make note is that we also have the spring equinox, which is around March 20th, all right? Now, the spring equinox always represents a pivotal point in Bitcoin, all right? Always, every time. And we can go back really quick and look at a few of the ones we've had in the past, okay? So I'm going to just put that there right for now. Let's go look. Let's go look at what happened on some other ones. There's two of them. One's like October 11th? October 20th, what is it? But let's go to March. So here's March 20th. Look at that right there. Look at that. So here you go. March right there. Spring equinox. Week of the spring equinox, okay? We had a huge markup in price right there, okay? Okay, let's see what other ones we got here. Here's one here, March, spring equinox, okay? The start of spring. Now, this was the end of the cycle. And what happened? We had a rally in that week, and it was see you later, bye-bye from there. So it's a really pivotal point, man. Either we mark up massively or we start a mark down, okay? Let's look at this one. Look at this one, man, right here. March. Spring equinox right there, okay? We went up for the high. I guess it was a massive rally. We went up on that one for a month. What do you mean? End this meeting. All right. So that was into the top. All right. Let's see. What else we got? March equinoxes. Here you go. Here's another one right here. March right there. Equinox. 21st is right here. Okay. This is the week of it. It's usually in the general area, and we kind of were coming apart from there. Okay. And we hit a low. Okay. We know this one famously, right? There you go. Zombie apocalypse. Where did it happen? Right there. Look at that. Spring equinox right there. Okay? Look at that right there. What happened from there? Up only forever from there. All right? Up only forever from there. All right? That was 2020. March 21st is right there. Okay? Bam. It's a really important date. All right? Everybody hit the like button. Smash the like. Reshare if you guys like this alpha. All right, let's go look at another one, okay? Here's another one, okay? Here's March. Equinox is right here, okay? We were coming down from this peak in 2018. Everyone thought we were going to go higher. You guys remember this? Everyone thought we were going up from here, okay? And guess what? Spring equinox came and bang. Right there. We didn't bounce. We came lower and we just fell apart. Okay. So we can go back and it'll be the same thing. It's a pivotal moment. Okay. And there's some in October as well. There's a pivotal moment that happens in October as well. All right. Which is the winter, I guess the winter equinox when we're switching into winter or fall or whatever it is. So right now, this pink line is the 20th of March. All right. So it's coming up. And so I'll be totally honest. It's going to be a big move. All right. We're either going to start marking down, if you guys believe that, or we're going to start going up. Okay. I got teddy bear. What do you don't? Are we rallying like crazy right now? I just need to look at a tropo. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. Cool. Let's go here. Yeah, so look, what do you guys think is going to happen? Is it going to play out like yeah, so the equinox is going to come. We're either marking down or we're marking up. We're going to start marking up or marking down. I think it's going to be interesting. Because thank God winter's over. Hit the like button, everybody. Is that low standards are better than no standard? Old. I saw generals. Oh, this is so fucking gnarly. Get some different music right now. You know how I feel about Atropa. Let's go look at ETH really quick. What's going on? ETH, it is what if ETH just stays in this channel and just like oscillates? That'd be crazy, huh? I'm fucked up. Well, it's hanging out. It's on really strong support. It's holding the uptrend. Higher lows. We're looking like we got a nice reset here on the weekly. I'm not crazy about what I'm seeing on the monthly. Not going to lie. But at the same time, it is a very controlled asset at this point. I'm not going to pretend to understand the direction. I feel that when the powers that be want this to move, it's going to move. And it was pretty plainly obvious through here that they're managing this ETH. You know, no oscillation allowed for ETH. They're managing this pretty well. But let's look at ETH BTC. That may be what's more important for us right now. Once again, it's coming down, man. I feel like an alt season could erupt anytime, man. I just feel that when we touch this line, which is a breakout over here on the ETH BTC ratio, and we hit about 0.026, man, which we're getting very damn close to. Getting very damn close, okay? Should be see you later, bye-bye. Why? Because that's what happened here in 2020, 2021. Okay, when we wicked down to where we broke out, we came back, it was see you later, bye-bye from there. Okay, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're coming right back to it. Okay, and we've been watching this on this channel for months now. It's just keep getting closer and closer, okay? Okay, yeah. No one has money. It's one way to look at it. Gold may not be over on gold for sure. Look at the Dixie. Dixie looks strong. Dixie looks strong, okay? Be totally honest with you. Dixie does look strong, okay? But we are in wartime. Okay, there's war happening, okay? Let's look at so, it does look possibly like the Russell could be breaking down. We definitely broke structure that we've been in here for most of the year. And we're coming back to retest right now, okay? It looks like the direction was picked, okay? So it picked, we were looking at it back here, it picked the downside, okay? We've been going down. Okay, we came down. We had 2405. We came up. We're being rejected where we broke down from. So we've broken structure here, okay, on the Russell, okay? So this is giving you risk options. Makes sense, right? A lot of fear, a lot of scares right now, right? World War III, okay? Others, though, it still looks bullish as hell. And there's no doubt about it, all right? This is just on the weekly, I like what I'm seeing here. Even I said where we are now. Even if we come down and fill out this wick, okay, I'm fine with that. Either way, this is primed to move. And we're reading that post from Cicero, remember earlier, and he said in 3 months, maybe that could be a fair timeline, okay? Maybe it could be 3 months, all right, when this goes down. But if we come over here to this MACD, it's only getting more and more bullish, okay? You can see we've had the cross, okay? We could also turn down and go sideways a little bit. That's why I got 2 arrows. Or we could start moving up anytime now, but we got green. We got a turn. We could still be delayed. It could still chop a little bit sideways, but we're right there, guys. We're right there for what is going to look like to be an epic fucking bull run. All right, and this looks really good to me. I like this RSI. I like everything I'm seeing on the long time frame for the total crypto market cap, excluding the top 10. All right, I really like what I'm seeing from the R side of the MACD to the to the wicks to the candles, everything. It looks really good. All right, so, but we don't know what surprises await us here. Like I said, we have going into the equinox. Obviously, we see. Iran and Israel are battling each other out, but it all could be orchestrated as well. So in that case, it could just be a little bit of time. We got to cycle through to get into a good area, which could be April or May, which could start the up-only season. Okay, so we could be close. Or June. Even June, I was talking maybe they do something opposite. Instead of sell in May and go away, it's, buy everything and pray. And we go up only from May and June, Could be something catching everybody off sides. With the DJI really quick. Also, Dow Jones is also broken structure here. Come on, man. Yeah, so this is also breaking down as well. Well, Super Snake, I don't know. I'm just saying. Could do something different Let's go look at reading this with Hex. Okay, so let's go look at this thing on Hex really quick. And also want to look at Mount Kilauea. Mount Kilauea is erupting? Really? What? Hang on. No. What's this? Come back over here 1 second. See what I'm up to. Just touched down in Iran. They didn't touch down in Iran. They're just messing around. Can military do this? Is that, I mean, I can't play the music because I get flagged. No. Is this true? Dude, they wrote on this missile in memory of the victims of Epstein Island. Whoa. They ain't messing around, man.
Yeah, let's see what a 100-year-old war veteran has to say about this.
The hell? This fucking, okay.
Here in a little bit, all right?
Is this real footage?
I'm not sending you out to range to train all day. I'm sending you home for holiday block leave. So I'm going to add.
Wait, what's this? An hour ago? The evacuation of the U.S. base in Kuwait? You guys, I know we got a couple military guys out there. Can you guys confirm this? This is fake news. Yeah, everyone's asking. Man, nobody can trust anything anymore. It's crazy.
Dead, I can't lie. There is literally nobody here.
Dubai is
there's
dead.
No one here. Alex is in this building now. But usually the beaches are full of people. It is raining, but there's no one on the beach. Like literally, there's one person on the beach.
There's nobody there. We saw some of that earlier.
Familiar with the matter. It's another major complication as the world's top oil exporter warns there could be, quote, catastrophic consequences for oil markets if the conflict keeps disrupting ship and oil tanker traffic through the strait.
Yeah, I think the strait's going to be messy for a while here. Subprime lender Go Easy just crashed and is now down. The bank runs are coming. This is a Canadian subprime leader. So that means this is a lender, okay, subprime, like people that aren't ideal, Okay, and they're crashing, which means people are not. Pretty much, this means that people are not paying back their loans. Okay, yeah, which I think you guys know. Like, people are not paying shit anymore, right? So not a good sign. What the heck? Back when Coke was Coke.
Whoops. Anyone have some change?
Dubai hotels are $9. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I got good connections. Actually, it's really funny when I say, I had to say that. Man, they're still trashing RH on the timeline. Is that why you guys are not exactly like everybody's gone? Not even there's no hardly any crypto talk going on right now. They're still bashing Paul Shane.
So Epstein had a team of doctors who specialized in Kuru, and it goes further.
Yeah, they were eating kids, man. They were eating. And you know what? So many people told us about it, right? Like Roseanne Barr came out and told us about it. Eric Campy. Was it Eric Camp? Campy? Chris Campy? Eric Campy? They were telling us about it. Jim Carrey had eaten people. A lot of people you wouldn't believe were eating kids. They weren't just eating people, they were eating kids. It's crazy, man. They got a picture of Epstein. What? Oh, man.
From me home I started, left the girls of June were nearly.
That's not Post Malone's twin, dude. Post McMalone. Post Mac Malone. Dude, they are making shit so quick now. What is this? Okay.
Risk of terrorism right now is quite high. We tragically saw in Austin, Texas, just last weekend, we saw a terrorist attack. We also saw another terrorist attack in New York City. There is a heightened danger of terrorism right now, and I will say it is particularly indefensible that Democrats have shut down the Department of Homeland Security while we are facing an enhanced terrorist risk. The Department of Homeland Security exists to guard against terrorist attacks.
Is that true? Your Department of Homeland Security is shut down? That's a little crazy, isn't it?
Почти 2 миллиона человек, выходцев из бывшего Советского Союза и Российской Федерации. Хочу обратить ваше внимание, что в Израиле проживает почти 2 миллиона человек, выходцев из бывшего Советского Союза и Российской Федерации. Это почти русскоговорящая страна сегодня. Вот. И мы, безусловно, всегда в новейшей российской истории учитываем этот фактор. Это первое. Второе. У нас традиция. Хочу обратить ваше внимание, что
Yeah, wow. So he says a lot of Russian speakers in Israel, a lot of Russians.
Like, I started my new job and I was
let's go look at What? This It's my For You page. Fucking weird. Okay. Look at the live section over here. There's no talk on crypto. Nothing, man. I have to say that it may be this is like bottom signals, man. Nobody is talking about crypto. Guys, look. News Force is hosting live news. Iran's internet blackout. Kilauea volcano erupts. St. Wolf. Oil and war. Crypto market update. I'm the only one that has crypto written in the thing. Then Dana Howell Cardone debates hosted by, next Bitcoin Shock. Okay, here's something. But wait, nobody's watching it. Then Yala Coder, Hex. Oh, here's one. Hex, Apocalypse. Okay, I thought it was Apocalypse. All right, let's see what they're talking about. Let's see what's going on. What's this? I don't want to join a speaker.
Well, historically, so if you actually take an individual and take them out of that social norm.
Is everybody at home just watching like CNN?
They're going to be like,
are you guys in America? Is that what's going on?
It's like saying, okay, do you believe politicians are lying to you? 99% of people will say yes, but yet they're completely indulged in politics. But they're lying to them. Well, here lies the paradox. You know that politicians are lying to you, but yet you're supporting. Where's the paradox? Why? That's a social consensus. That because they have fear, obligation, or guilt of going outside the social norm. But nothing ever happens.
The question becomes when.
All right, let's see what, then was it Grant Cardone over here? Cardone debates hosted by Dana. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, hey.
I bought that in auction. It's, I don't know. I'm better.
Tell me later. Love that piece, bro.
Very cool. Thank you.
I mean, sick. Let me see the piece right behind your head right there. That big head.
This is just a print. No big deal.
Yeah, fine, man. You can still see it. Oh, Churchill.
It's all the presidents that were with Marilyn Monroe. Huh?
Negotiating a deal.
Wait, who's this guy over here?
It's all the people that were supposedly with Marilyn Monroe. So
Normies in shambles? What's that?
Can't imagine that. Who else we got, Dana? Besides the famous and then Utopia.
At ProCap Financial.
Boom. I guess it's Jeff P, huh? Welcome, Jeff.
What's up?
What's up, gang? Happy to be here. 5 p.m. on a Tuesday, hitting record high temperatures here in New York City. It's
No, we're gonna do Hex right now.
No kidding? Are you really, dude?
I was just seeing who else talking about crypto.
I cleaned up the
How warm is it?
You know, it's almost gonna hit like 70, and then it'll go away for another.
All right, we'll come back and see what's going on here. Like literally, there's nothing going on. Like no one's paying attention to crypto.
$3.50.
So I am curious. Like, what are you guys watching there in America? Are you guys doing? Is everybody at home watching the news and CNN and whatever? I don't know, Fox, whatever the fuck you guys watch over there. Is that what's going on? Let's go look at. So USD dominance. You know, nothing has changed for me yet. You know, I do think we could get this pullback right here. That could be a big part of a bull run right there. But in general, you know, the chart looks like it could be setting up for a stronger bullish move. Okay, but we could absolutely get a pullback, and this could even be much deep. Oh, whoops. This retracement could be much deeper. You know, it could come down to something down here as well. You know, if it resumes. Okay, that's a lot to try to figure out right now. Just let's just really go look at what's going on. So. Pulse did make some headway here. Okay, it moved up. We had bullish divergence that had been forming for a while. If you guys are in our members group, once again, you can click join down below, and cost of a pint of beer or coffee and a cookie, and do our TA. You can request any altcoin you want, and we go in depth on all this stuff. But we've been covering this, and you know, it's some good signs on the MACD. We were waiting for really the RSI to start to show us some more indicators of reversal. We don't have complete confirmation yet, but it's starting to look good. I mean, the chart certainly looks healthy. I know a lot of people are complaining about the chart, but the chart does look healthy to me. It looks strong, looks healthy. It looks like a lot of crypto charts I've seen before they go absolutely parabolic. So I'm not worried. You see I have this green God candle here. It's going to come at some point, okay? We're going to go straight up. So, it hasn't passed any major milestones yet in terms of considering whether, we're out of the dumper yet. But it looks good, okay? This could easily start moving to the upside. Okay, this is strong right here. This formation right here, what I see, this is good. Okay, but considering everything that's going on and that we are in a bearish trend. Okay, this hasn't reversed yet. We are in a downtrend. Okay, like you can't forget that. There's a probability that it fails. Okay, this is just typical bear market stuff when you're moving down and consolidating. You can have a juicy rally just like you had here. You're moving up. This looks really good, but inevitably it fails. Same thing. This to me looks really great. This could absolutely start moving up, but it could also easily fail with just the slightest inkling of bad news that comes out. That's the nature of downtrends. Okay, so it doesn't mean it's over. It's still in this falling wedge. There's still a lot of levels it could hit. It could just double bottom. It could just absolutely, churn from here, just weaken and go sideways until we're ready to God candle. Where's that God candle at? Where'd it go? Where's my God candle? Come here, buddy. Yeah, until we get to the point when it's ready to meet with fate and start moving up, right? So this God candle right now, I put it in end of May, June, let's just say. So maybe it does have some sideways to go. I don't know. We could start in that equinox, right? Remember we talked about the spring equinox. Usually markets make strong decisions there. As we looked back all the way back 6 years, we looked all the way to 2018. So we went back almost 10 years. And the spring equinox, March 20th, 21st, is usually a big turning point, okay? Some people are saying that we're probably going to move down a little bit more into April because everything's shitty. And, I don't know yet, okay? But we're going to do something there. And then we're going to get to this moment where we're going to go straight up. No doubt in my mind about that. Okay. Now, you can comfortably even start to... No, I don't even want to do that right now. No. We're in a type of price discovery to the downside. Okay, there's no rhyme or reason for it to move any particular way right now. Is what it is. I did draw something over here though. What was I messing around with? Oh yeah, it was just it didn't mean anything. It is what it is. Yeah, I was just screwing around. So, it's fine. When we come over here on the daily, we see strength, got this bullish divergence here. It was looking good. So, this breakout was coming. Okay. And I'm glad we got it. It shows there's life in here. We're not bleeding out. And, but is it going to be rejected here and we're going to go sideways or down, or are we going to start to build some structure here? It's yet to be seen. Wrong button. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I do like what I'm seeing, though. I do like what I'm seeing. But like I said, there's no guarantee this has to break up, right? We've seen it do stuff like that before. Here's a nice little bullishness right here. But, of course, we fell apart. But we are out of this wedge. So that's good. One could say maybe we're in a more of a channel at this point. Let's go back and look at this. MACD is crossing here on the weekly. You got a nice little cross there. That's good. You got, look at this little bit of green showing up right here as well. Really nice. Okay. But we need to get above 0.000011. Okay. and then we can get a leg up and start moving up. Otherwise, we have very easily can be rejected and come back from here. But it looks healthy. It looks fine. I'm not worried about it at all. Unlike a lot of people on Twitter that are losing their fucking marbles. Okay, I never get into stuff like crypto. Like I'm not crazy about all the moves that RH makes, of course, but I could never be in an industry like crypto and be mad or like disappointed. It's like, bro, it's like you are in the most ruthless outskirts of fucking, risk assets, and there's no guarantees of anything here in this world. Okay, the fact that any of this even worked is a miracle. Really, really, I mean that. I mean, RH made Hex and the Pulse Chain and PulseX, and there's a bridge and these copies and Atropa and all this stuff, and the fact that any of it even works is a miracle. It's a fucking miracle. And people are complaining that it's not fitting on their timeline, and like, I'm upset. I mean, it sucks. It really does suck. Okay, but how can you complain about that? Like, why are you in crypto? There's no guarantees out here, man. You could have gotten an IRA, do a Roth IRA, get a bond. Like, there's so many things you could do. But so far, everything looks healthy. What are you guys talking about? McGregor, Ritter, Cass, Freeman, Hedges. RH derangement syndrome is more extreme than Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah. I mean, I think that people, I don't know what you can be mad about. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't like the what do you call him, the clown thing, whatever they called it, outrage marketing or whatever name you want to give it. Like, yeah, I mean, there's shit I didn't like, but like you're in an investment. Like, you don't know when it's gonna work or go up or what's gonna happen, or that anything even worked. Like, right? Like, I got into this thing, like I said, it's a miracle all of it works, And now we've got, what is it, Liberty Swap, and there's onboarding, and I think a wallet's coming, and ProveX, which looks really cool. I mean, to me, it looks really great. But the timeline sucks. There's a lot of missed a whole cycle. It's brutal. But that's the nature of this kind of stuff. But it didn't fall apart, right? It all works. You still got your tokens. And when he's ready to run, I think it's going to be really something else. And when you look at other cryptos, when you go back and you look at XRP and you look at some other ones, these things languished sideways for eons. I mean, XRP went sideways for like 4 years. We've looked at that chart a million times on this show, right? I mean, not a million times, but we've covered it on a lot of streams. I'm not going to go into it on this. We've done it on a lot of shows. We spent an hour looking at this XRP chart and how long it went sideways. And this is one of the most famous. It did a 1,000x. It did a 1,000x, but you had to wait. You had to wait 1,358 days. You had to wait 1,350 days to get the 1,000x. So when people are already complaining about Pulse Chain, I'm like, guys, this is not unprecedented in fucking crypto. Okay, how long we've been going sideways? I mean, it really is getting old with some of these guys. Like 1,036 days. Technically, this could go another 300 a year sideways, and it would still not have gone as long as XRP went. And people got a 1,000x. So, this green candle, I mean, it could be out here. I don't know. I would prefer that it happened here. Of course. I prefer that it had happened a long time ago, but it is what it is. And I can't cry about it because it's fucking crypto, You can't get into crypto and cry about it, man. It's not good. Like, you don't even want to tell people you're in crypto, let alone you're whining about it. You didn't get your way. That's crazy. You gotta take it. It's tough, man. Would be funny if we bottomed and we slow glide up like Tron. Yeah, that's possible too. What's up, Mink? 4TW. That's possible too. Could pull a Tron move as well. We don't have to pull an XRP move, right? Like that'd be cool. But we don't have to. There's other examples of cryptos done it better. There's Caspa, there's Tron, that had moved differently, and we could absolutely do one of those too. Okay. Once again, I want to reemphasize this XRP sideways was 1,360 days. We're only at 1,050 on Pulse Chain. This is almost 1,400 days sideways before the uptrend began. Okay. That's his XRP, the most famous crypto, probably more famous than Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay. It was like the first cult. It still is a cult. Okay. So you got to keep in perspective before you're like, RH failed. It's like, no, man, when you study charts long enough, you see that it's all looking healthy. It's just taking longer than you wanted, but it is crypto, man. No guarantees out here. It's brutal. And like I said, it's amazing that this all works. It really is a miracle. It's a miracle. I want to read this by Crypto Sparbush. By the way, everybody smash the like button. Welcome to the channel. You guys' links are at the top. And I always put alpha at my Instagram, Mr. St. Wolf. Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. So you should go there because it's good for your testosterone. Your thesis should be the exact same from when Pulse Chain launched from the lows. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? So Crypto Sparbuck, he's probably one of the German guys, I believe. He says Hex Monster stake is coming out in 10 days. The 33 billion Hex stake held at address blah, blah, blah is set to mature on March 17th. Okay, it's a week away now. Okay, there's only one entity with that much supply. It's 33 billion Hex. So what's coming? EHEX, PHEX, farm, and parity, restake to reduce inflation, or some clearly unexpected move? 33 billion Hex. That's a lot of Hex. So are they assuming it's the OA? I can't think of any way that this is anything but bullish. Stake will end or be good accounted. Payouts will go up after what the OA does after we'll set a tone, but we'll have capped ramifications. If it restakes for the same days or less T-shares, APR goes up a little. If it stakes 10 years or more, APR goes down some percentage. If it does nothing, small increase in APR. No direct impact initially on share rate. Long-term impact varies. What it does affects APR. We shall see what it does. I don't know. I guess that is the OA, right? So I don't know what they're going to do. He says, people shouldn't give up now at lows when they've had so much conviction. When we launched your investment thesis should be the same. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of it's just whining and complaining. You know what I mean? Which you shouldn't do. Like whining and complaining is not good. Because summer's here. A lot of good things to look forward to in the summer. Summer's very nice. You're definitely not going to get one of these if you're whining and complaining. Definitely not. Don't play the music. How many of these are there? What the heck is this? Dude, AI can figure out who it was? Is that what they're doing? No, that's crazy. Somebody's like actually looking for them? What? Is that how easy it is? She looked better with the glasses. We don't want to know who it is. Why do you want to know who it is? It ruins all the fun. It's just some like chick getting on a boat on Instagram. Come on. It's better you don't know. See if there's any more. Something big is coming. The Gulf countries just halt. Okay, whatever. Let's come here. Israel's in partial lockdown. Streets are empty. Okay, well, of course, they're bombing at each other. Okay. A new grenade just got invented. Guess that's good. We always coming up with better ways to kill each other. Hexo says the Marine Corps will get them in 2240. Israel cleared out all the beachfront properties. Jeez. Okay. Nothing new. Okay. Breaking. The reports of multiple fatalities after a man allegedly set himself on fire aboard a bus, causing the vehicle to burst into flames. What? Where the fuck is this? Switzerland. Oh, Jesus. That's in Switzerland. This just happened. Okay. I don't know. It just happened, so we don't have much on the story yet. Energy lockdowns in Europe soon predicted. Maybe. See what happens. Is this real? It's in Tibet. Wow. It must be cold. As beautiful as it is. Doesn't look like something you want to swim in. It's pretty aggressive. And cold. It's very fucking cold. It's like, what's this? Israeli tourist in Thailand gets beat up by ladyboys after harassing the locals. I gotta go to Thailand. I've never been to Thailand. I have to go sometime. Like literally the last 2 weeks I've seen all these crazy clips. I'm just like... Thailand looks like a fucking trip. But also it looks like the place of possible nightmares. Okay. Let's go look at... What do we look at? So, Paul. So, yeah. It's in a type of price discovery. Let's see what happens, okay? We got a nice rally. It's good. There's life here. But we need to see if it's going to roll over or what's going to do. Let's see what happens. You want to do a meetup in Thailand? I definitely got to go sometime. Definitely got to check it out sometime. I want to see Pulse X, but, it just looks the same, man. It's down here, okay. It's under a good amount of resistance now, and same with Pulse. I'm not making promises. Just know that the good times are coming. They are coming. Everything looks good. I know everyone's like losing their marbles, but I'm telling you, I've told you guys when shit just looks scary. Like, look, when we broke structure, I remember because Fast Abdul was on the show, and I was like, look, we're in free fall. That's it. And I've done what I can do, right? And it looked bad, right? When we broke, I think it was this bottom. And I said, nope, that's it. We're in free fall. And we have been. And if things looked really bad, I would just tell you. But, things still look healthy to me. We're building structure. There's life here. Okay? But it is what it is, right? You can see this is turning over here. Obviously, you can see what we've done here in the past. We've come up. We can cross. We can come down a little bit. We can chop sideways before we move up. A lot of things are possible, but a lot of strength looks like it could be coming into this chart very soon. Okay, there's good indications here. Okay, and there's also good indications that there's a lot of theatrics in what we're seeing in this war. okay? Which is why I'm showing you guys a lot of that stuff. That maybe a lot of what we're seeing is pre-planned, because maybe they know they're going to put mines in the Gulf of Hormuz. And I want to go back a little bit to what I talked about, this oil thing. Maybe they meant to do that because they want to reroute shipping, because they don't want oil superiority to be in the Gulf. Did you guys ever think about that? That maybe the U.S. or Israel is tired of having this power thing there, or maybe they don't want. There's also wars between these countries we don't understand either. Chang talked about how Israel and the Gulf states want America to lose. Maybe America wants the Gulf states to lose. Maybe America's secretly trying to separate itself from Israel. Like, we don't know what kind of battles are being fought on all the levels, let alone with Iran, what's going on, right? Or Russia, right? So we got to also consider that there are a lot of theatrics being played, and that, when they're done getting this thing where they want it, this stuff is going to rip. Okay, because stuff looks okay. What is there, fucking Bollinger Bands? What the fuck is that on for? So, yeah. Pulse X looks good. We'll look at this against Pulse. I don't think much has moved on it. Oh, this is ink down here. I was doing some speculations before with the private group. I imagine an acceleration at some point here. That's all that means. And we can go to Pulse X and Pulse. Look at that really quick. Yo, what's happening, Hexalot? How you doing? Thailand? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we were looking at funny Thai news showed up. That's what it is. Maybe the play is going to be Pulse X out of here. Buy and burn's going to be strong. I mean, Pulse is going to make a strong move, but then, you don't want to overdo that because it is a gas token. Maybe Pulse X will take over at some point. Let's go look at the hexes. What time is it? 10:30? I'm going to stream in here. You got to smash the like button. Everyone's like depressed out there. See if any other shows kicked on here. There's hardly, look, guys, we're doing oil and war crypto market update. We have 200 people watching on X. Okay, we've got over 100 people on YouTube. Fucking the Cardones are talking about Bitcoin. There's only 81 people watching. Okay, just to show, like, everyone's checked out. Like, we're 3xing the Cardone brothers right now on Bitcoin, right? So everybody's checked out. All right. I mean, look, if you're paying attention now, you're gonna do well, because it's gonna turn when people least expect it, man. It's not gonna be obvious, It's not gonna be easy to catch. Everyone thinks they're gonna catch the bottom, or they're gonna catch. It's not, man. It's not gonna be like that. Hex 0.002. Yeah, it's up in here. That's good. Hex, we've talked a lot about that. Hex being a really strong play, right? And can look at XRP while we're here as well. So, look, I drew this sketch. I do think it's coming. This is, once again, I just incorporated my flash crash thesis into the XRP drawing I made, okay? So it comes down around that, touches down around that 90 cents to $1 range, just really quick, maybe on a wick or two. And then XRP, I think, is primed from here to do something extraordinarily as well. I think this is just an irregular ABC correction over here. I think this is also letting me know that amazing things are coming. I think I would say something like this could be very likely, and then we're going to move into an extraordinarily euphoric move to the upside on XRP as well. All these assets are going to go just berserker mode. All right. So I'm going to wrap with this. Get the World War III talk. This Sydney Sweeney. She's modeling her new underwear brand. So, yeah, guys, just pay attention. Just understand a lot of the stuff's happening theatric. Your job really is going to be to be in such a mood where you understand that you got to position yourself and catch, to just be on the right side of this when the thing moves, okay? There'll be a really great bull run for us. We're ready to rub it in the face of all the doubters over the years. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities. Like, like we can look at a lot of assets. There's really interesting stuff happening all over crypto, okay? Great stuff's happening on Base. Sui has some interesting things happening, okay? We just looked at XRP, okay? So there's a lot of places you can be positioned to do really well. And, of course, Pulse Chain, because I think Pulse Chain is going to have an epic I don't think crypto is going to have an alt season, but I think Pulse Chain is going to have an alt season. Like, we're going to have a season where, like, just everything goes up on the chain. It's going to be really great. All right. So, once again, I'm going to do a members TA video right after this. So, in like 15 minutes. So, maybe like 10:45, or like, just say like 10 minutes from here. I'm going to take requests. I know you guys have a lot of tokens you wanted to go over. We'll do that. And we'll go from there. So you guys click join. It's down below. And I want to say welcome to all the new members that joined. You guys, it's free to join all the telegrams. Are also across the top. We got one for travel, one for shit posting on your memes, and then we got the main one for questions and stuff about tech, St. Wolf Vision, and of course go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram, really cool place. I'm getting to know you guys over there. It's really cool. Otherwise, click join down below, and in 15 minutes, I'll see you guys back over here for a TA request video, and we can hang out. So, see you guys in a few.